Hey guys, welcome to another video of MindPal, where you can learn how to build a multi-agent workflow to automate the business process. In this video, I will show you a workflow on MindPal that will generate the course for you. In this workflow, we will have the first human input, where you will put the topic of the course, the target audience, and the expected outcome of the course. And we have the additional reference, which can be a document or an URL here. And also an optional field that is requirement, where you can have some additional requirement for the course content generated. The first step in this workflow will be a step to compile all the research inside about the topic of the course. The task for this agent in this step is to conduct research on the topic and gather all the insight that align with the target audience and expected outcome. And the agent for this step have this prompt like this. We will select o3-mini for this step because this step is quite critical that will shape the end result of the course generated. And we will assign a Tavily web search API tool for this step because I want it to do research for me in this step to generate all the insight. Let's update this agent. And the next step is to generate the module list of the course. In this step, the task for this agent is based on the research insight. There's at least 5 modules that will structure the course effectively. And in the agent, I ask it to generate a list of 5 course model, including title, learning outcome, and description. So this step will structure the module list of the course. And we have a confirmed module list after that to let user confirm which module will be included in the final course. And we have the first loop node to generate the lesson list. Whereas for each module in the generate module list, with a confirmed module list, we will generate a list of 5 lessons that cover the module comprehensively. And the prompt for the agent in this step is quite similar to the previous step. At least 5 lessons for the module, each with title, brief description, and learning outcome. And let's update this agent. And we also have another step later to confirm the lesson list that will be included in the final course. And we have the final step to generate the lesson. And in this loop, final loop node, I limit the max item to process in this step to be 25 because we have 5 modules and 5 lessons for each module. So the maximum number of lessons we have will be 25. And the prompt for this agent will be quite comprehensive than the other. Put the background like this, and I ask the agent for each lesson is a confirmed list. Write an excellent educational article that intuitive. Include many examples and elaborate many important details. Make sure students really understand the concept of the course. And I think that is all for the workflow builder. And let's just run this workflow to see it in action. For the topic, I think I will pick the topic that I am familiar so I can verify the content of the course, which is machine learning basic. The target audience will be undergraduate student. The expected outcome will be that you understand all the basic algorithm. I do not have any additional reference and document and URL. So let's just continue to produce this course. In the first step, the Research Insight agent will analyze the report about key topic in machine learning. And we have the Generate Modules agent to start generate 5 modules for our course. The Module 1 Introduction to Machine Learning, Module 2 Supervised Learning Algorithm, Unsupervised Learning, Introduction to Reinforcement Learning, and Practical Application. I think it's quite good. It's actually quite standard for machine learning curriculum to look like this. And I think I will say process all modules. And here we have the Generate Lesson List step, and it will define. It goes generate the lesson list for each module previously we generated, and it starts to generate the lesson for each module. Here, less like in the Module 1 Intro to Machine Learning, we have a lesson about what is machine learning. Lesson 2 Important Machine Learning, Key Concept Application, and Ethical Consideration. Yet we will wait until this step finish confirm lesson list. I would say process all lesson, and the loop node is starting to getting all the lesson to proceed. Here we start to generate all the lesson from Module 1 about important machine learning, Module 2 about supervised learning, Module 3 about unsupervised, the reinforcement learning, and Module 4 and Module 5 about practical application. Yet finished extracting the list of item, and it start to generate the content for each of the lesson. Now, here lesson 1, very first lesson, it's that to introduce the concept of model, which is algorithm machine learning. Yeah, I think in some way it's quite true with this kind of explanation. When you duplicate this workflow into the workspace on MindPal, you can actually adjust the way the course could be generated in this workflow. I structure it by generating the module list first to the lesson list and generate the content of each lesson. But for other cases, you may want to generate the lesson list from the very first step, ignoring the step to generate the module. Or if the course have different structure like section module and lesson, you can have the generate section, generate module, and generate lesson. The key thing to note is that in MindPal, you can customize the workflow and the way the agent produce the output for you that 100% fit with your business and your demand. We come to the supervised learning here, the linear regression, where it starts showing some equation here. It started showing console step, like least square coefficient interpretation, and it's showing some code here also. So students can, after they learning about the linear regression, they can start to experimenting with sklearn, a very popular machine learning library, to practice their theory too. Yeah, I think it's pretty detailed lesson here. After they explain the theory and equation that is showing the code that ready to copy for students, we come to logistic regression. Yeah, and the concept of confusion matrix decision tree. Yeah, it's showing some of the interpretation of decision tree, which I think is quite interesting. And also have the coding practice, so students can exercise after they theory too. Here's KNN algorithm, and also having the coding practice after that here, unsupervised learning, close stirring. Yeah, I think there are a lot of lessons in this course, so I think we just wait until it's done. I will include the link for this workflow run in the video description too, so you can see how good it is when it generates a course for you and you can customize it for your need. And for the reference, I am using the GPT for o3-mini model, the smallest, and I think you could say the less capable model when producing result for this course. Content developer agent in the lesson in the final step to generate the lesson here. So when you duplicate this workflow into the workspace, you can change the model to some more capable model like DeepSeek or Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and the result will be much better, I think. Yeah, I think the interesting thing here is that for each lesson, the agent always showing some of the coding example for the course that helps students to learn the concept right after they learn the theory. Here we're pretty close to finalize the course, and I am reading to the final module where it's explaining some of the key concepts and best practice when designing the model, and it's explained overfitting and underfitting. Yeah, it's actually beyond my expectation. I think it is still not close to the textbook or the level that could be 100% ready to use in the school. But actually it can help teacher or to produce the course content a lot. I was a TA in the college when I helped my professor to teach machine learning to students, and I think it is actually 60 to 70% of what we often deliver the lecture every day. We cover the theory first, and we have the coding section after that where we did some of the library like NumPy and sklearn for students. Yeah, and the capstone project after that. It is more for the instructor. There is finalize of course creation first, and in literally I think about 6-7 minutes, and it is the whole course ready that could be used for reference for instructor or could be used for students to learn stuff. And it is 20 to 30 hours of work normally when we come to design course, and not only for the academic purpose course, but also for the lead magnet course or the course to educate your audience or customer if you're using it for business purpose. And if you want to duplicate this workflow into the workspace, just head over to the template tab in the workflow on MindPal, and you will see the course creator workflow as a template here for duplication. Thanks for watching and happy building.